Right before we jump into this video, if you haven't signed up for the FroKnowsPhoto email list, just look for this orange box over on the website, put your name, email address in it, hit send it, and I will send you a free guide to capturing motion in low light situations. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, back with another video where I'm taking you inside my electronic viewfinder to follow me this time at the Flyers game using a Nikon Z6 and a 24-70 2.8 that is adapted with the F to Z adapter. Now, I did shoot this during the same game where I tested out the Sony A9 5.0 firmware. If you haven't checked out that video, the link is down below in the description. Now, the only difference here is that for 2 periods of the Flyers game, I didn't have a photo hole, which means I had to shoot through the glass. The position they gave me was behind one of the nets, just set off just a little bit to the side of the net so you get the players coming towards you. But as I've learned in the past, if I used a 200 millimeter, like a 70 to 200, anything past 70 millimeters starts to blur out because of the way that the glass is behind the net. You just can't get sharp images because of the way the light refracts through the glass. It doesn't work with longer lenses. That's why I stuck with just a 24-70 2.8. So my goal for this video is to show you 140 photos, of which most of them aren't keepers, but most photographers will never show you this type of thing where they show you the images that aren't the keepers. So let's turn into here and let's just let it roll. Actually, before I let it roll, if you see this information on the right-hand side of the screen, that means that my finger is not pressed halfway down on the shutter button and it's not focusing. Actually, let me tell you the mode that I'm in. I'm in dynamic area AF. That is what this box is. Nikon used to have that be much smaller in dynamic area AF on the D850, the D750, the D5, but with the Z series, it's much larger and covers a lot more of the frame. What's happening is, if this is your main focusing point, it will take the information from this and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other dots to try and help it continually get focus as the subject moves from one spot to the other. Hopefully, you get them all in focus. Settings, 1/1250th of a second at f2.8 at 1000 ISO will not change the entire game because the light is even across the board. We're shooting raw large, shooting at 5.5 frames a second because that's what this camera does. Check it out. We're gonna let it roll. So right here, when you see the histogram come up, that means that it's autofocusing. And obviously you see the 2 shots that happen right there. Did it hit it? Well, yeah, it wasn't actually that hard to do. They come into the zone, my finger presses halfway down on the button, it acquires them pretty fast, and there, they're in focus. Now, keep in mind, behind the net, or a little left of behind the net, shooting through the glass, there's imperfections in the glass, and if you turn a certain way, you'll get some reflections of people behind you. It's not the ideal situation for shooting a game. It's one of the greatest spots ever to watch a game from, but I wasn't there to watch, I was there to shoot. This is not a winning image. It's just in focus. And most of, oh, see, that acquired super fast too. Check it out. Right there, acquires him, focus, nailed it. I also want to note that from time to time, you'll see us go full screen with the electronic viewfinder because that's where the action is happening. But if something ends up being talked about that's in the timeline, well, we'll pop back out from that full screen to show you the timeline so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, I know that most of these shots aren't going to be great. Again, the point of me coming out here was to test the Z6 to see if it could handle autofocus and continuous autofocus while shooting professional sports. And one of the hardest things to shoot is hockey. Ideally, I wish I was off to the side more and had a photo hole. It would have been a little better. And I also only shot in 5.5 frames a second because that gives me the 14-bit RAW files, not 12-bit at 12 frames a second, which gives you some herky-jerky of the viewfinder when you're shooting because it's not continuously showing you your live view as you start shooting. So it's just giving you like a look at the last image you shot. So I wanted to try and do the best I could with just the 5.5 frames a second. So it's doing fine getting these guys coming towards me. So you guys notice this magenta down here in the timeline? Anytime you see that, that means that the photo was actually out of focus. Green is considered to be my best of the best with honors, and yellow are just the other shots that weren't the greatest. They're just other shots. Also, we condensed 2 periods down to an 8-minute clip because you don't want to sit and just watch the game happening at the other end of the ice when no action is actually happening. But still, I took 180 photos in those 2 periods, and we're showing you 140 of them. And how many keepers did I get? Oh, we'll find out by the end, but it's certainly not that many. So this right here didn't get them quickly. So you can see they came here, focus point is in the middle, finds them, but doesn't acquire them, whereas the Sony A9 totally would. I understand that's a $3,500, $4,000 camera, whereas the Z6 is a $1,799 camera now that it's on sale. But it still does a pretty good job with focus, because check this one out. Watch the referee, watch what happens. Oh my God, we're gonna take that back and go frame by frame. So this guy, I'm gonna focus on him. Oh, but here comes the ref, and then it goes fast. It found him. I don't know if that's good or bad, but then it acquired the guy that I was actually focusing on right after. So again, let's watch it fast in real time. Pop to the ref and then back to the player. That's fast. That's really fast. Now, only if the Nikon engineers could somehow talk to the Sony engineers to figure out how to get the continuous AF that Sony has into this Nikon, that would be even better. The focusing system that Nikon has is fine. It's not the greatest ever, but that was fast for acquiring the ref, then acquiring the subject. And I'm sure I could tighten that up in the system to go ahead and tell it to stick to the subject longer and not lose the subject if something comes in front of it. There's a bunch of different settings, and I just left it on the default. Now, most of the time, see, this is a little far away. The shots are fine, but again, at 24-70, I'm really just looking for people around the net. The net is where everything kind of happens. See, this is a little better. He's coming in. It's an okay photo. It's not great, but it's filling the frame pretty much, and it looks fine. It's in focus. Guy off to the side. This one's out of focus, but it got the first one's in focus. Focus, focus, but his eyes are closed, and you can see the reflection of the glass. You can see the people behind me. So anytime you turn to the side, it's not going to be the best of the best. But again, this is a realistic, yeah, cool. The action happening right in front of you is really good. The fact that you can see this stuff right in front. You see the action, shoot, he's falling. I waited for that moment. I didn't shoot this guy skating away because I don't want to shoot him from the back. But like I said, with hockey like this, especially shooting 24-70, ideally when I'm shooting hockey, 70-200 is where I want it to be, because then I can fill the frame more. I'm not a fan of cropping, as you know, whereas a lot of sports photographers have no problem doing that. So in this case, yeah, I could have gotten away with the 24-70 and then cropped, or if it was going to the wire like a Getty Images, could have cropped and it would have been perfectly fine. Cropping this guy from a distance would have looked fine. Boom, oh, hey, he turned. Watch this. That's where you should shoot. See his head right here. Oh, yeah, right, this whole action. This is where I would do an action sequence, boom. I'd be capturing the whole time, and that's actually where I did take it a little late. Is that a puck, a stick up by his face? I actually think it is. Yeah, it was. It did get him, and they didn't call it, because that's why he wouldn't lie, would he? A hockey player would never lie that he got hit in the face. See that? Do you see how that happened? Here's the couple of images that happened. See, I waited till they got closer. I would have loved to have shot from further back, but right here, oh, I did miss it. I saw it right here, and I missed it, because this is where you can see, boom, you can see the stick come up and get him. And I missed it. I was a little slow to react there. So the shots are all right. But so far, so good. Oh, I'm going to show you guys something that's going to ruin your hockey viewing experience for the rest of your life if you're at a game. There's the strobe. They happen so fast, but I caught the strobe. Well, when you're recording video, you're going to catch that strobe the whole time. So no good shots to be had here, even though he's shedding some ice, because he's not looking at me. If I was further in the corner shooting at him, it would have been much better to capture right when he throws on the brakes. Boom, and goes the other way. And again, you saw how fast that captured him or acquired the focus. Right there, boom. Out, he's out, and then he's in right away. That's like 3 frames and he's back in. Not a good photo. Jared, why are you shooting him from behind, Jared? That's a terrible photo. You should be demoted and fired for that terribleness. But him coming, that's where I would have shot it. You see that? I'm so on point with that. Let's watch that again. He's coming into the zone. Right here is where I would start to shoot. Boom. Well, that's exactly what I did. and the extra shots that I took, normally wouldn't shoot those because I was just testing out the camera to see if it would get him as he was coming towards me. But with the action done, which is the shot right here, see that? Right there's the shot. The puck is right here by his foot. The other sports photographers would have no problem calling it a croppy McCropperson right here. Yeah, and it would probably be better cropped, but it would also be better filling the frame, but you can't get away with that behind the net. So in this case, a crop would work. These two were my favorite. That's no good, that's out of focus, that's out of focus, and then it looks like it acquired him again before losing him and kind of getting him right there. Let me jump in here real quick and let you know that this video is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is what I personally use for my online portfolio at jaredpolin.com, and I wouldn't use anything else because it's so darn easy to use. And you don't need to know coding. To get a 14-day free trial, head on over to squarespace.com/FroKnowsPhoto. And if you decide that it's for you, use the code FroKnowsPhoto at checkout to get 10% off your first order. Now let's get back to the video. All right, focus, 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 focus. But no action was happening because the puck never got to him. Ooh, I missed. I was late. I should have gotten him shedding that ice, but I was late on that go around. There, let's see if it hit him. It looks like for the first shot, it hit him. Not a winning shot because, again, you got all these reflections, so sticking to just shooting straight down the ice is much better. And then the second shot kind of gets him right here. I've watched it a bunch of times, and I think that it gets him here, but it just wasn't, it's not that super fast when he's that close to us. Ideally, what I'm looking for sitting behind the net is the action that's going to happen in front of the net. Back in the day, the Sports Illustrated photographers used to put a remote camera exactly where I'm seated. Good one, Jared. Seated. They would attach it to the dasher board. It was a Hasselblad the guy actually used, and he would focus it in right on the goalie, right on the net, so that action he could get action in front and just remote trigger it from a distance. They don't really do that anymore. They put me in that seat. So waiting for action. That's a terrible shot. Terrible shot, that's why it's yellow. But yeah, this stuff in front of the net, you want the fighting in front of the net. You want the action in front of the net. This is what you're looking for. See, that's a little better, but again, I'll stop saying winning action shots. I don't even know why, just because. But oh, shoot the damn picture already. Let's take you back to see yeah, see? Oh, I didn't get the puck in there, I didn't get the stick in there. Partly, the camera's super slow like that. The Sony A9 would have done it, the D5 would have done it, but for the Z6, still doing a very good job. For a lot of people that say that you can't do this with mirrorless, that you can't really get great results with the Nikon or the Canon, you can still do it. The focus system on this Nikon is actually very good. Let's see how those shots looked. That's a backhand, flipping it at the net, nothing really special. Luckily, he didn't shed ice on the glass, or I would be SOL for shooting, meaning I wouldn't be able to shoot if the glass got dirty. From time to time, you're gonna see this video fast forward. That's because I didn't really have anything to add in those sections, and it's a way that we could speed up the video so that it doesn't end up being super long. All right, now we've got action in front of me. It's fine, it's not a winning shot. Why? And you're gonna hear me say that a lot because, well, one, I don't have the puck in it, I cut the stick off. But it is pretty good to see that up close and personal, you're able to get the shot. If there were multiple players in the frame, it would be a little better. I'm trying to give you some shooting tips for when it comes to hockey, and also just show you what you capture. This isn't in focus. It should have been in focus, but it must have missed for some odd reason. Plus, again, I wanna shoot tighter, I just can't. Watch this. Oh, I'm just gonna stop right in front of you and then get ice all over the glass so that when it melts, it's gonna look like this. That's what it looked like. So you can't exactly shoot through that because that's what it's gonna look like. So I had to just move over a little bit and contend with some of these reflections and scratches in the glass. But that's the price you pay. That's the price you pay when you're sitting up against the glass and these guys are shedding ice on it. In time, it would end up evaporating and getting to clean again. But see, that's what you're looking for, a goal. You want this action right in front of the net. Get the guy going to the net. Where's the puck? Oh, he shot it over there and he backhanded it and he scored. And they're not happy, they're upset. But that's what happens. Is it a good shot? No. Again, no, because I was late to the game. I was late. Plus, the reflection is terrible. But here, this one's good because you got the goalie looking back, you got the puck going into the net, it's right there. Next one, puck's there, this guy's here, he's raising his stick, and that's it. That was the worst celebration I've ever seen. Probably because they were down like 5-1 at the time or 4-1 at the time because they didn't play too well in that game. See, did you see how, what I was looking for there is that the puck, he has the puck on his stick, his head's down, but there's actually some action happening behind him, which is a little better, but you still wanted to take a couple pictures to see how the focusing did, and again, it did very well. Right there, I should have shot, I did shoot, and that's what makes that better. There's some action, there's a guy on his back, you got the other guy's stick over there, he's hooking him. Or, oh, actually, the stick's right behind him. But that's what you're looking for. You're looking for some action going to the puck. Boom! Oh, what a save. Did you see that? Did you see that? He threw the glove hand out. We got to watch that again. It's so cool that you get to see from, see, focus in on the goalie. The guy's going for the shot. There's the puck right there. If this shot faster, see, I was late on the shot. I don't know why I was late, and here's the shot. I didn't get the puck. I think part of it is the fact that the Z6 doesn't shoot as fast as I would want. As the guy's winding up, this is where I'm good with a burst mode. That's why with my D5 or an A9, you sit there and you do like 4 or 5 pictures in a row. That's like a half a second. It's not a full second. You don't hold it down for 2 full seconds. You just get it for those quick bursts, and hopefully you would get that action shot, which I missed, which was right about there. You can watch, oh, I can go frame by frame. You see how fast it's moving? Like, that's the ideal one. And then the goalie right there with it in his glove. Like, right before it gets in his glove is what you want, and that's where I shot the picture, and I was late. But snagging it out of midair is great. For sports photographers, the Crappie McCropperson would work perfect. Plus, it would get rid of this glare of a guy wearing a Flyers jersey behind me. So then we get the in-between periods. I had to show you because Gritty was there. That's Gritty's Secret Service, just in case he gets in trouble. And let's get some Gritty pictures, because everybody loves themselves some Gritty. All right, now we're moving into the second period. This is Carter Hart. He's like 20-ish years old for the Flyers. Rookie sensation, warming up before the period. Again, I don't have a lot to shoot, so I'm just capturing some of these images. And right before every period, he does this jump thing. So I made sure to prepare for that because I knew that was going to happen. Get him jumping, and there you go. He jumped. Now, most of this period, I'm going to spend trying to get some action around the net. Colors look great from the Z6. The focus system seems to be, look at that. See the difference when you're right in front of it? When the players are right in front of you, you don't have the glare. It's almost like the glass isn't there. But if you did use a 70-200 at 200, you would not be able to get this guy out here at the point. He would just be blurry because just the way that the glass is. But it's clean, so you can do this with this camera in a professional situation. So here I'm focused in on the goalie because that's where the action is. Boom! Oh, the guy's coming to the net. Oh, he never got the shot off. He actually got off a very low rate shot. So let's take a look at these images right here. 5 or 6. Guy's coming in. He loses the puck. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for this action coming to the net. I'm going to take it to right here. Watch him coming into the zone. So coming into the zone, he picks up the puck. He goes from here. That's when I'm going to start getting ready to shoot because you've got a guy converging on him, converging on the puck carrier. He's cutting back to the middle. If he had a little more time, I guarantee you he would have given a wrist shot right here if this guy wasn't converging. And that's why, see, he just lost him. He had good back check right here because he gets that poke check in, which then causes him to lose control of the puck. Or this guy would have been able to take it to the net and try to make some kind of move. But 2 good back checks, which lead to just Hart freezing the puck and not much happened. But that's what I'm looking for, and you hope that it happens in front of you and you're prepared for when it does. So again, players coming back up the ice, focusing on the goalie, and it goes wide. Nothing special there, but you can see what we're going for. So if there's action happening, I'm going to take a picture because we're not wasting film, and you get the shot. Again, not the greatest spot to sit and shoot a game, but a very good spot to watch a game, even though I was shooting, I wasn't actually watching. What I'm looking for are maybe 5 keepers from behind the net. And some of those may be the goalie making a glove save, a guy breaking to the net with a guy hooking him, maybe taking him down, some ice shedding, capturing that. And if you can get a couple of those game action photos that happen in front of the net, then you've done your job. Because when a Super Bowl happens, Sports Illustrated sends like 10 different photographers, and they have different zones to cover. One's job is to cover up high, shooting down. One's job is to just stick on this quarterback the whole time. Another's is just like focus in on the goal line, and you sit there on the goal line with not much to shoot unless it happens on the goal line. So in this case, I'm sitting here waiting for that action, and I'll be happy with just a handful of good shots. So focusing in on goalie again. Ooh, there it is. Oh, I just love watching hockey from this angle. So there was that toe save. Look, just watch how fast it happens. The guy gets the puck and whoop, he just whips it. It's just so awesome that you can watch this through your viewfinder. If I was shooting video, I would have gotten some great video. That's another side of it. If I was shooting actual video, then it would have looked fantastic from this point, from this area with a 24-70 and a Z6. I think the focus would have done a great job there for video, but here I'm just trying to capture the stills. In that case, a guy cut in front of me. It's not good. The puck came to his right pad, so that wasn't good either. But there's some really good saves that I was able to get that led to some good photos. These are just boring, staticky shots, so I'm just gonna let it play out. Ooh, what a save. We're gonna watch that again. We're taking that back, watch this save. So this is what I'm preparing for. I know they're gonna go side to side. Are the Flyers on a penalty kill here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's even strength. But I know that the puck is gonna come across. So, it came across. I'm focused right there. And that's what, see, here's why I was late. I saw it. Whereas with the Sony, I wouldn't have been late to shoot, because look where my focusing point is. My focusing point's here. It's not on the goalie. I don't even know if the Sony would have I don't know what the Sony would have focused on. It probably would have found this subject here, or if I was able to move the focusing point quick enough, it would have found the goalie. But there, that's a great save. Let's take that back. Oh, there's the puck. There it is. It's right there. He slides across. He's in the splits, and he makes a save because that would have been a goal. And then in terms of the photos, here they are. See if the puck shows up. Well, it's right there. That's where he smothered it. He caught it, but he dropped it, and then he just covered it up right there. Guys break to the net, and there you go. They're good shots because, I mean, just getting him sliding across is a good shot. I was late. I need to react faster. Part of it was, I don't think the focus point was where it needed to be. One of the things I could have done is locked in on the goalie in single focus, but then as he moves out of the way at 2.8, it's not gonna, it wouldn't be good, it wouldn't be in focus. Yeah, you're seeing wasted shots that I would never show you otherwise. I would just show you the best of the best with honors, but I'm trying to get some stuff, but yeah, not much happening in the way of great shots on my part. Camera's doing a very good job, I think. Ooh. Oh, another glove save. Oh my God, another glove save. We got to see this. See, I'm prepared. I'm focused on him. He's coming across. Let's go forward. Oh, the guy flips the puck. He backhands it. Oh, looks like it hits the stick. No, it just backhands. And then here he comes with the glove, snags it, and I don't shoot yet. There I shoot. But again, I missed the puck. And Carter's arm is blocking his face. And the reason I took these extra pictures at the end was to see if the focus would hit. I normally wouldn't have done that. So let's look at these images. That's the one. He's snagging it, but I don't have the puck in it, and I can't really see him, and he's not in the splits. Again, super tough angle to shoot from back there behind the net, but the focus hit. Isn't this fun? Isn't it cool to go inside of my electronic viewfinder to see exactly what I'm seeing and what the camera's capturing, the good pictures, the bad pictures, and everything in between? If you like this, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave some comments down below. But also, now's a good time to say if you'd like to speed up your raw editing or give yourself a great starting point, we created 14 custom Lightroom presets that are called FroPack 1. Go over to FroKnowsPhoto.com/presets. You can see the befores and afters. So here is the before, and here is the after for a preset called Black and White Boomify. There's 14 different ones for you to play with and check out right here. If you decide you'd like them, go ahead and hit add to cart. You'll save 40% off right now and get them for 30 bucks instead of 50. So go ahead and do that, and let's jump back into the hockey game. So here we go, puck comes across, and I missed the shot. I didn't get it, but it wouldn't have been a good shot anyway. I mean, it's a great video of the goal happening, but Carter never moved across. He must not have seen the, yeah, he was slow to react on that bad boy. But from that angle, still not a great shot. Unless you get somebody deflecting the puck, it would have been better. Shoot the picture already, Jared. Somebody else did, didn't you see it? Look, didn't you see somebody else shot it right from there? That's probably Bruce Bennett or some other Flyer photographer trying to get, actually Bruce would have been down here on the left and the other Flyers photographer, Len Redkels, would have been back here to my left shooting this. And that's the strobe that caught it, and you can see that happening. So with hockey, you want to try and get some of those after the play things, like them celebrating, because the news wires like those type of photos. Missed focus on this guy, you can see right there. Missed focus on him, it just didn't acquire, it just missed. It looks like it back focused super deep on the background. All game, my focusing point has been red. And then right there, it turned green. Why? But what's weird is that it left dynamic area AF, which I didn't notice before. It's just green as if single point came on. Maybe, and it baffled me, and that's why when the play starts moving down the other way, I hit this button to be like, wait a second, was I in continuous? And yeah, I was in continuous. What may have happened, it's possible that one of my function buttons may be set to go back into single focus or something. I haven't figured it out, but I found it weird that it went into single focus while I knew I was in continuous. Couple more shots here. So that's good. He's cutting across to the front. Ooh, a bunch of shots. Yeah, a little better. That one, a little late. Little late. Right there's good. Cutting to the net. Yeah, not good. Not a great shot. And then we're going to finish up right here with the puck down here. That's good. You see the guys going to the net. You see the puck here. And the action is happening in front. So I know there weren't a ton of keeper shots. If I had to choose 5 shots from this, I'm sure I could come out with 5 solid shots. Of the 140 that you saw, 5, it's not that good. But as you saw from where I was, there wasn't a lot of action. It's very limiting in that position and limiting with a 24-70. Hockey is best shot with a 70-200 when you have a photo hole, but most people will never have the opportunity to have a photo hole because I was only able to get it for one period, and that's where I tested out the Sony with the new firmware on the A9, and it did pretty well. But in terms of the Nikon, how did it do in this situation? I think it did very good. I think there were a few situations where the focus obviously missed. I think the focus system will continue to get better. Nikon really just needs to see what Sony's doing and figure out how to make it better in their system, but they did a very good job. This is just to show you that a sub $2,000 camera can get the job done. Of course, I had a 24-70 2.8 on there, but if you're in this situation, you're using that type of glass to try and capture the images. So to wrap it up, let me know what you guys think down below. Did you enjoy this? Would you like to see more of it? And that is where I'm gonna leave it. Thank you very much for watching. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya. I'm gonna let it shine, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. It's a very important song in the history of importance.